time here at ATCW, Evan.
Oh yeah, Dennis, a classic feel to this matchup. I am expecting. Let's find out when that bell rings.
Now, Evan, before the show started tonight, of course, I did my final word segment. I was supposed to have Jonathan Cross and AK, which I did, but Brian Hardy kind of crashed the party. Sorry for rhyming there, but that's what happened, and he wanted a rematch, and I think he deserves a rematch. But AK is champion now, and he has decided that Brian Hardy goes to the bottom of the rankings. So today, August 17th, 2024, begins Brian Hardy's quest to get back to the ATCW Heavyweight Championship. And his first step he's got to take is through a very familiar foe from over the years.
Indeed, Dennis, a rematch from April Fools this year. Brian Hardy's first challenge after losing the ATCW Heavyweight Championship the first time. Chucky may be trying to remind him of who he is and what he stands for here in ATCW.
Interesting to note, Evan, that Brian Hardy, this is his 1-year anniversary of debuting here in ATCW.
What a spectacular year it's been, Dennis.
Right, winning the heavyweight title twice, and I happen to notice the tights that he's wearing are the same tights he wore during his debut when he fought Grizzly O for the heavyweight championship.
What a stellar match that was last year for the ATCW Heavyweight Championship. Unfortunately, Brian coming up short in that one, but nonetheless, a couple months later, picked up the victory for the ATCW Heavyweight Championship.
Now, the reason why I remember that is because, remember, I called those the Brutus Beefcake pants.
Yes, sir.
Because it just kind of looks like the barber kind of went nuts on him, you know, with his head trimmers. All right, old school contest happening right here in front of us. Big shoulder block from the man who is now at the bottom of the rankings. Now a big hip toss. To say these guys are familiar with each other is just a complete understatement. And honestly, Evan, I can't quite find a word to use in order to describe how well these two know each other.
Like the back of each other's hands, Dennis. You guys have been up and down the road, former tag partners, former opponents.
Inside cradle only gets a 2 count.
And it's in these moments, Dennis, that these guys find the biggest challenges they find in their careers, because you learn everything you can about your opponents, such as Adam Armstrong or Brian Hardy in this match. You got to start thinking outside the box to get them over.
Right. Brian Hardy wrestling with a sense of motivation here that I have not seen yet. Firing up for something big, but Adam Armstrong cuts him off with a very well-placed and well-timed forearm smash. Went down low with a chop block. Not pretty. It's not classy, but it's legal, folks.
Adam Armstrong attempting to pull the knee right out of socket with that foot DDT.
Brian trying to find refuge in the ropes. Armstrong pulls him out. Now he's wrenching back on the other leg.
Looks like a single leg Boston Crab, or maybe a modified version of so.
Hardy shaking his head. You can see that well, that blonde hair flipping and flying around there as he shakes his head and tries to begin to climb to the ropes, and he gets there, which will force Adam Armstrong to break. Laying in a choke now. And Adam Armstrong knows that's illegal. He does know that, but he keeps doing it again and again anyway. Laying in another choke now. This time it's with the boot. Brian Hardy's not done yet, folks. Notice early on here that Brian Hardy was trying to go at a faster pace, and Adam Armstrong is trying to slow it down. Man, he's got some torque on that knee. Not only wrenching it back, but wrenching it to the side.
Brilliant move there from Adam Armstrong, because to take out the knee of Brian Hardy, you also take out the sharpshooter. And we know that Adam Armstrong's been put away with that sharpshooter before. He's going to do everything he can to avoid that here tonight.
Saw it just a few months ago. Look out, Brandon.
And the work that Armstrong is putting in is paying off for him right now. Oh, look at this.
Steps through.
Going for the ultimate insult to injury. Comes up short.
Well scouted on Brian Hardy's part. Nice belly to back suplex there. Good execution. And Adam went for the rope, but he noticed he wasn't close enough, so he threw the shoulder up to kick out at 2. Evan, how do you prepare for somebody that you know so well?
No.
Dennis, I kind of said it before. You start thinking outside the box. You start thinking about things you can do that you haven't done to your opponent over all these years, all these matches that these guys have had together. Everything gets revealed throughout that time.
Got the leg wrapped up in a grapevine as he tweaks the ankle. Brian Hardy's in the ropes, but Adam Armstrong will not let go.
And as you've stated in the past, that Adam Armstrong is more of a marathon man, that he likes to move at his own pace and that he can kind of capitalize as farther as the match goes on. And we're seeing it here as well. Deliberate pace from Adam Armstrong to Brian Hardy, and everything that Brian Hardy seems to be doing, 2 count, is not paying off for him here in this matchup. Oh man, that knee to the face of Brian Hardy just dropped him straight to the mat. And a nonchalant cover here from Adam Armstrong.
This time he's going to hook a leg, and he's only going to get it 2 this time as well. I mean, it was 2. How does he know it was 3? His back was turned.
Believe it or not, Adam Armstrong can count to 3.
Hey, let's not be taking shots at us West Virginians here, fella. Nice big clothesline. Brian Hardy posting the weight on the left leg. Slips out. Ooh.
The impressive standing switch there into a German suplex from Brian Hardy. And that seems to have taken a lot out of him, Dennis.
While shifting his weight to his good leg. It was so slight, but you could tell he leaned a little bit to one side there in order to take the weight off the injured knee. Well, we're up to a count of 6, and they're just starting to stir here. If we get to 10, this one's over, folks. Brandon calls them at up on one knee as they fire back and forth. Brian Hardy starting to gain a little momentum here. Ducks under, spinning around. What a neck breaker from the second generation sensation into a cover. Only gets the 2.
Both of these guys are sucking wind at this point. They're both exhausted, looking for the upper hand in this matchup. We'll see who gets it here. Oh!
That's the jaw. Took him over very nicely with that suplex. And now instead of going for a cover, he going to the top?
It appears so, Dennis. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Adam Armstrong go to the top rope.
We saw it once, but it did not work out for him. And I don't think it's a wise move here. Oh, come on. Adam up on the second rope there. He is on the outside of the ring, so there should be a count coming down from Brandon Walker, but Adam Armstrong's about to lose it as Footloose is played here once again in the arena.
Dennis, Adam Armstrong cannot afford to do this right now. Brian Hardy is gaining back his breath.
Back in there now. Brian Hardy grabs the arm, throws it down, locks in a crossface here. Very uncharacteristic maneuver for Brian Hardy, but he can't do a sharpshooter. And Adam Armstrong taps out. You hear Brian Hardy screaming.
Those primal screams from the second generation sensation.
Screaming AK's name. He is victorious. He gets one step closer to a championship match.
Here is your winner, Brian Hardy!
What an impressive victory from the second generation sensation. No longer at the bottom of the rankings. Evan, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Brian Hardy's quest back to the ATCW Heavyweight Championship.